And where's here, you may ask? This is, of course, the MindGriller Server. And I'm Gravity, and this is Cow. And where are we on the MindGriller Server, you may also ask? Also a good question. We are, not far from somewhere which perhaps once upon a time was Spawn. But as expressed in our previous spine-tingling episodic episode, has, over a multitude of Minecraft updates, converted to a different biome, and which I personally find quite unrecognizable from the Spawn of my youth. Now, viewers of our last spine-tingling episodic episode, and that means both of you, YouTube seems not to recommend our videos to the populace at large, merely in oversight, I'm certain. Now, we'll recall that this outpost here in the middle of nowhere, in a generally inhospitable biome, mind you, has vicious mobs surrounding the building, which shoot arrows of slowness or tridents, take your pick, at any and all visitors. So we, meaning Cow and I, during our brave and wholly not cowardly run from the forecourt of said hostile mob-bedecked outpost down a steep slope, whilst dodging tridents, mind you, ended up randomly in front of this grotto. And so, my plan, such that it is to quietly sneak past the guards and into the flooded grotto to see what can be seen. And perhaps to partake in the favorite pastime of Cow and I, and that is, of course, rifling through the chests and barrels of others. Now a close second is listening to Cow's album collection of the eponymous recordings of Pink. Cow loves Pink. Now, this server, and by that I mean the MindGriller Server, naturally, seems to be literally littered with piles of TNT. I know TNT is used for mining, naturally, but there is definitely a lot of it strewn about, particularly, evidently, and hippopotamously, a word which is not yet a word, mind you, next to the prison cells of these random disembarkees, forged paper providers, and custom survivors, along with their undocumented canine companions. FYI, your dog needs a passport of sorts nowadays. An empty barrel. Cow and I agree upon one thing, and that is empty barrels should be banned. Hey, look here, this is quite sus. A chiseled bookcase, just the one, mind you, out here in the open. Still nothing in these chests. Now, if I take a book, okay. Hey, now there's a storeroom behind the storeroom, and it's filled with gold and books. Now, perhaps these are the spoils taken from the hordes of people tonight entry and placed in prison cells such as the ones we have already seen on our haphazard way in. Now, I will say that we, meaning Cow and I, will be known to the most faithful of viewers of this channel, and that means both of you, as, people and bovines of modest means. And by that, I mean we do not have a lot, and we do not need a lot, and we do not want a lot. Be careful, Cow. I believe the axolotls are traditionally ankle and hooves biters. Now they are known to exit the water and drag themselves across the land every once in a while. Hey. Now look here, the other flight of stairs have been booby-trapped. Perhaps this is the ominous sign of things to come. Now players who want to come up the stairs will flip that trap door and the minecart with TNT will fall on their heads and explode everything. Now these passages are giving off the faint waft of mold, mildew, and Second Coming by Alan Cumming in partnership with CB I Hate Perfumes, which, I kid you not, is actually the name of the perfume company. So, well done on your success. Hey, look here. What's this, Cow? Do you see what I see? It's a sort of funerary monument. Now it looks like a woman and her Bichon Frise. Now, Cow, you don't think we're in a crypt, do you? That would be quite spooky. And I know spooky places tend to give you the hiccups. And, well, the other kind of hiccups. Now let us quickly move on. Now this passageway seems to be more humid, and the air of a dusty, dank, and dimly lit frisance of unwelcomeness. Now, Cow, do you hear something down this little pathway? If I didn't know better, I would say this looks like some kind of a warning. Now, hey, look here, a lever and a ladder. Now, the lever first. Hey. Secret wall passage to a portal. And I imagine that other lever opens another wall. But I'm afraid, I recommend, Cow, that we return to this dead end at another time. I have the predisposition to say no one would hide a portal unless there's something quite dangerous on the other side. Or someone here doesn't want anyone to escape to there. Do it. Now I think we're walking in a circle, but I have the feeling that stairs are much safer than a weather. Well, now, Cow, it's quite windy here in this frozen Port Cochere. Now, it seems to me that Cow has complained about ladders in the recent past. Something about opposable thumbs and such. Well, now, often it seems like he does a lot of talking, but no words ever venture forth from his prodigious mouth. And look here, the living room looks a little bit barren. Cow, do you see what I see? Fancy veils appear to be hanging in front of these portraits. Now, it may not come as a surprise that Cow and I are already familiar with long-standing Judaic traditions, early Catholic and Orthodox customs, which were replicated later in 18th and early 19th century Europe, where it was believed that an uncovered image of the dead could trap or confuse the spirit, or that the dead could, quote, see through their portrait. Shrouding a portrait with a veil was therefore a commonplace occurrence during the mourning process. Now, Cow looks like a bedroom/atelier. Freaking kid zombie. Cow, this guy is quite a deep sleeper. Now, it's a little bit ironic that a child zombie is in fact one of the most deadly hostile mobs in Minecraft. Now, I think I heard something or other. Hey. Now, Cow, I wonder, can a single villager summon an iron golem? Luckily, I know someone smart we can ask. Can a single villager summon an iron golem? /AIGF.
Since Java 1.14 only one villager is required to summon a golem.
Now, good to know. Apart from these two veiled portraits, something seems a little bit sus. I think it's these buttons. Now, one is sort of placed the long way. And a click does nothing. And the other, Cow, you look mildly disinterested. Look, hey. Now, what's that all about? Still disinterested. That's for sure. Now, Cow, sometimes your efforts to clearly dissuade me from being myself are quite disappointing, and what I would call a fruitless effort. Now he's sulking. He's not amused by me at all. Okay. Come now, Cow. I have an idea. Let us investigate from the other end. That is to say, Cow, I believe we saw something down in the cellar that didn't quite make sense before, but maybe now does. Now, Cow, I promise nothing bad will come to either one of us. And I promise we're not going through the portal, because I know your bovine aversion to portals is quite strong. Now, Cow, look here. This passageway is as musty as ever, but totally empty, except for the secret contraption. Now, Cow, do not worry. I promise you it is 100% safe. I will say you can take that promise to the bank, and along with a billionaire backer, you too can put the end to Gawker. No, ask your grandpappy, but I suppose he will tell you there's no winners there. Speaking of no winners, Cow, are you ready? I'm excited. Are you excited? Click. And whoosh, she's gone. Hey, now. Whoa. Hey, now, what was that about? Okay, now it's my turn. I'm afraid. Click. Ow. Oh, hey. Now, Cow, was that worth it? Okay, don't answer that, because I have perhaps a more pertinent question, and that is, why would the secret outpost need a secret entrance through the fireplace? I will say something here seems a little bit amiss. Between the dead plants on the mantle and the spooky framed skulls, I am getting the feeling that someone's trying to tell us something. Now, Cow, do you feel unwanted? I do. Which reminds me, this episode is brought to us by the kind people at Riri's Cookie Cutter Clumps. Riri's Cookie Cutter Clumps, the swampy taste is swamptastic. Cow, seeing how this outpost is definitely not a proxy for a former convent, stolen out from under the very habits of a small penguin-sized posse of nuns by a ruthless self-described pop star, or not. Who do you expect that is sleeping in the bedroom/atelier? Or is it, so to say, bedroom/recording studio? Is it he who shall not be named? Or maybe it is the gardener/caretaker/former priest who orchestrated the wholesale-takeover-eviction come death in a courtroom. And yes, that particular part did actually happen. Freaking creepers? Cow, do you remember the time that I thought creepers be creepin' was actually a line from Deuteronomy? Now I don't think it really is. Ah, well, but you can't go by me. Now I will say this does quite look like he who shall not be named. I am quite surprised at his ability to tune out the ravenous hordes of what I can only surmise are Kesha fans. In case you plural were wondering, such wandering about aimlessly with outstretched arms. Ouch! And evidently their friends have bows and arrows. Said fans, whilst moaning lyrics to period is what gave their identities away. How do you think they're gonna cancel me and then dox me and then sign me up for a free Postmates delivery? Which leads me to one of the questions of the ages. Are you ready? Would you rather have a sleepover with 1,000 stands or 1,000 bedbugs? The jury and an elderly prone nun in a courtroom is still out. And what, another secret passage. Sometimes I think my little mind cannot take all this intrigue. Cow, you will find a safe place to entertain yourself, won't you? One day, Mojang will have to resolve the apparent inability of their ladders to support the volumetric overload of cows, such as Cow. This place seems to smell like it needs a bath. Not in a sidewalk in San Francisco sort of way, but more in an Oklahoma prairie trailer sort of way. Hey now, look at these guys. They are giving me a great idea. I think I should spend the night here, set my spawn, as one is wont to do. Good night, Cow. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Well, hey, good morning. Do you ever have dreams you can't remember? I have them all the time. Even when I was young, I didn't remember my dreams. I don't know why that is. Now, first things first. I feel as though Cow is likely hiding his head in a wall or something, as he is wont to do. There were certainly a lot of mobs about last night, and I do know how that makes Cow frightened. Now, an inner door and an outer door? What is going on here? Now, the building styles and needs of monasteries perhaps are quite different than those of a normal building. But you can't go by me. Now, I have to be quite careful. I think I hear a stray somewhere. Cow! And this guy, I wonder if he's still pretending to be a doctor. Well, now, should I ask him what his doctorate is in? If everything a former $ branded moniker using singer has purported to be true, and who's to say? Then perhaps that is a hint to why this place is so heavily fortified with hostile mobs. And now perhaps there's more to be revealed in our next spine-tingling episode. With that being said, and due in part to Cow's bone-chilling separation anxiety, sadly, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. Goodbye, so long. Hasta la vista, baby. Don't scenes. Don't so.